Hello viewers, welcome to the video series on mental health. I'm Rashmi Malapur Jaswal and today we have a very special guest. Let me tell you about Rimpa Sarkar. She's a psychotherapist and she's special because when I started this channel, she was the first person who said that she would do a video with me and she would talk to you all about mental health. Hi Rimpa, how are you?
Hi, Rashmi. Thank you so much for calling me once again. And it's my pleasure being here once again. I believe I'm the only one who's coming again in your sessions. So
Yeah.
thank you for calling me one.
Today we are going to talk about suicide prevention because today suicide prevention week starts and on 10th of September it is suicide prevention day. So today we're going to talk about suicide prevention, but first let us start with talking about what Rimpa Sarkar actually does, how she guides her patient, and we'll talk about her work a bit. So Rimpa, would you share about your work a bit with our audience?
Absolutely, yes. So almost been 10 years in this field. I'm working as a psychotherapist and a consultant psychologist as well. I since last I'll say from the time I started, I was working with a lot of people with suicidal thought, but almost been 3 or 4 years, I guess I am extensively working on suicide prevention or the patients clients with suicidal thought. I was attached with the NGO as well, where I got more exposure into this. We started working on it, and I met too many survivors as well. The survivors who themselves have experienced suicidal thoughts. So yeah, that is one of the reason why I because I have been working with so many cases and I have seen so many cases as well, survivors as well. That is one of the reason this topic is too much dear to me, and I keep working on it. I keep sharing content on this so that people are aware, and most of my clients as well, private practice, I mean the clients in private practice, they are suicidal. So it can be because of any certain reason, but that is one of the reason I really find it good to work with this kind of clients.
Okay.
Yes.
What about your organization? You have launched, you started an organization as well. So, would you like to talk about that too?
If we are talking about Sentier Mind, so it's not actually new. We are there since 2014,
Okay.
but recently we started working too much on it because of pandemic. We are getting time to spend more creative work, do more creative work on that. So that's the reason we are spending too much of time. But again, in that as well, we work with mostly corporates, and our the most important clients are merchant navy, and there is a lot of suicidal yes cases, high cases in merchant navy. So and since the time I started practicing, I was working with merchant navy itself. So that is one of the reason it motivated me to work towards suicide awareness and prevention as well. That is what we do, and other than that, there are a lot of other things as well within Sentier Mind, which we are trying to do, especially for the awareness work as well, and providing psychological services as well.
Okay. What could be the driving reason for a person to commit suicide? And in lately, there have been many cases of young people committing suicide. You know, at an age where we are ambitious, we want to do a lot of things. You know, they go and commit suicide. So this is a very serious issue I feel in the society, Indian society. So I want you to tell me that what really drives a person towards suicide.
Okay, so okay, before giving you answer for what is the reason people drive towards dying by suicide, I'll just would like to correct you, and in case any of your viewer also says this, that committing suicide is not the correct phase, actually correct word to use, because as per Mental Health Act 2017, and even there are few IPCs as well, dying by suicide in India is not a crime anymore. So because of which, and when we say committing, it is more like, someone committed some kind of crime maybe.
Yeah.
So because it is not considered crime, so it's better not to use that word. Okay, and the reasons, mostly what are the reasons? If we compare between the male and female, then males mostly die by suicide, or maybe they have suicidal ideation because of maybe financial issues.
Okay.
It can be related to job related stress as well, as per the statistic. And for female, it can be relationship issues, or maybe it can be financial dependency. They are more dependent financially on the male figure at their home itself. So those are some of the reasons what we can see between male and female. But when we talk about kids, maybe they have too much of stress related to their their studies. There's too much of competition as well, and even statistics says that between the younger age people, between the age of 18 to 24, I believe, they are more prone to suicidal thoughts, and even the rate of suicide is much higher between this age group. And it can be related to, if we see 18 to 24 is something like they are either studying, or maybe they are just exploring the world, job, going into the corporate world maybe. So it can be due to that, or maybe relationship issues as well, because that age is when we explore our other side
Yeah.
as well, about our relationship, intimate relationship, and other things. So those can be the cause why a younger generation is going for suicidal ideation, or maybe thoughts as well. Yeah.
Through my personal experience, I've realized that suicide thought keeps coming, but it is that one moment that we succumb to. If we think positive in that one moment and let that feeling pass away, then we can live. We can continue to live and then have hope in our life. This is what I felt while I was suicidal. Is this a good? Is this that? Is this a thought that other people also have? And is it true that you don't have to succumb to that thought for that moment? I mean, that's what I felt like asking you.
Yes, Rashmi, that's absolutely right. And first of all, thank you for talking about your struggle as well. There are very few people who talk about it, and I really appreciate that. And I'll tell that people should talk about it. That is how we will normalize this topic, about suicide and even mental health as well. So we need to talk about it, obviously. But yes, what you said is absolutely right, that in case someone is suicidal and they are in extreme verge of ending their life at that moment, is just for a moment. And if in case anyhow we can just delay that moment, it can be for few minutes for some people, and it can be an hour as well for some people. But if we can delay those moment, we can save that person at that moment, okay, right away. But there's no guarantee that those moments cannot come again. It may come again within few hours maybe, or within few days, okay, or it may come after a month or so for some people. So but this is absolutely right, this is something which everyone experience. And if in case you see some studies as well, I wouldn't say study, but there are few courses which people can do to make themselves aware. Even there people talk about this moment, that time when we can help them to save their lives. So it is absolutely right, it is not just with you, but even with others as well.
Okay, okay. What should one do if they begin thinking about suicide? I mean, it might come once to you, it might come twice to you, but what do you do when you're in such a position?
Right. So first of all, people need to educate themselves about the warning signs. Okay,
Okay.
it's not just suicidal thought, but what it leads to suicidal thought. There are too many warning signs as well behind that. Right. So people need to educate themselves first. Once you know that, okay, I am on verge. I want to end this life anyhow, at that moment they what they can do is they can either go to someone and sit with them or maybe talk with them where they feel too comfortable. It can be a family member or a friend or anyone, right? So they can just go there and talk with them at that moment so that they feel comfortable, and those thoughts can just go away. Other than that, in case it's a person who is having suicidal thought and they are living alone, probably they can just call someone, or if that is also not possible, you can just call a helpline number immediately. Okay, there are so many toll-free helpline numbers available, so they can just call directly over there to get a immediate help at that point, so that they can just pour their emotions over there and talk about it.
Okay.
So that is something which I normally suggest. But also, in case it is not you, but you know someone who is going through some kind of suicidal thought, what these people can do, it can be family friend or I mean family members or relatives or a friend as well or someone else. What you can do is you just stay with that person at that moment. Try to stay with them for maybe 2-3 days, so that those thoughts just calm down. In case you do not live with them, then just try to talk to the family member, or just reach to them and tell them that how severe it is,
Okay.
and that you do concern about it, and take it so that they can take over the family members. So there are a lot of other things as well which you can do, but this is something which you need to do immediately at that moment when they are suicidal.
Okay. What are the symptoms of suicide? Are there any particular symptoms that you can define?
Yes, absolutely. So, first of all, there are a lot of symptoms which can, lead to, or I can say that warning signs of suicide are, there are many warning signs of suicide, but some which you can see only on these people with suicidal ideation are, they may talk about the suicidal thoughts. Okay, they may talk that they are helpless or maybe hopeless. They are not. They won't have any hope for tomorrow. Nothing is going to be good tomorrow, so it's better to end my life. Or maybe, why doesn't this thing end right now? Or maybe they may say that I want to end my life right now so that I don't experience anything bad in my life. So what I'll say is, most of the people, 90% of the people have either experienced, have either said this directly to their family members or friends about their suicidal thought, or indirectly maybe, but they might have missed those signs. But it is said that 90% of the people do give warning signs. Other than that, behavioral symptoms, you may see that people may start giving their their possession to the family member or friends, like maybe they start giving the password of their ATM card to the family member, or bank details, or maybe start making will. uh, you can also see one more thing, right, nowadays, is that people share too much of sad quotes
Yeah,
online.
on
uh,
social
you know
media
uh,
also, yeah.
Exactly. So that is also one of the warning signs, and it is very easy to understand, that that person is going through something. So always make sure that in case it is just simple sad quote as well, just go and ask them at that moment, is there something I can help you with, right? So these things you can find, or maybe some other kind of behavioral issue as well, like they start isolating themselves from others, right? So you just have to watch people carefully, that how they used to be before, if they are acting same way or not. In case they are not, just go and talk about it. In case it is not you, but you know someone who is acting this way, just go and ask them that, is there something I can help you with? You are not acting lately yourself, probably, so I'm a bit concerned that if everything is okay or not, if I can help you with something, right? So yeah, these are some of the warning signs I can remember. Or else you can also, what you can do is maybe go online and search for the signs of depression. I won't say depression is the only cause which can lead to suicide. There can be any other mental illnesses as well, but because depression is the most common reason for suicide, so it's better you just go and check the signs as well. And again, other thing is also that not necessarily every person with suicidal ideation have any kind of mental illness. It can be just some life stressor as well for
Okay.
some.
Here,
Yes.
while discussing, I just thought about one thing. Suppose somebody gets a thought just once about suicide and it passes away. So, is that also a warning sign? I mean, should he seek help? Should he
See,
not seek?
yeah, I will suggest that you seek help, but again, it depend on the severity of your suicidal thought. Okay, are you planning something, or is just a thought? It can be just a thought. It can be planning something as well. You know, how I want to die by suicide. I mean, how I want to die, or maybe you have already planned the date, or maybe the week as well when I want to die. So those depend on your severity, because in case you are low in severity or maybe mild, then probably you won't have the action plan or maybe the date as well. But in case you are high or maybe too severe as well, you might have the action plan as well, and the date and everything as well. You know, so that totally depend. But yes, I will suggest this to everyone, that even if you get suicidal thought for once as well, just go and talk, because there are high chances that those thoughts will come again to
Yeah.
you. It
Yeah.
can be after many years probably, but it may come to you again. So it's always good to know how to help yourself at that moment when you get those thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. Um, my last question would be that what are the suicide rates in rural areas vis-a-vis urban areas? Is it higher in urban areas? And what has been your experience when patients come to you, they talk to you about their thoughts about suicide? What do they generally share with you? I mean, you can't tell me obviously because that's a professional. But on an average, what is the most common thought that runs into their mind?
Okay, about the rate of suicide rate you're talking about, what I'll say is there are a lot of things that happen, when it comes to reporting suicidal death. Okay, so a lot of time it does happen that they do not report such death as suicide, but they report it as an accidental death, maybe, or maybe murder as well sometimes. So we do not have correct statistic for
Yeah,
that, I'll say.
agree.
But again, as per what people say and what it is there in the media as well, is that people in rural area die more compared to the urban people in urban area. But I'll suggest it's not that way. It must be almost same, because people in urban area as well die by suicide. There is a similar form of rate is almost same, if I'll say, because as I said, the reports are not done that effectively, because of which we do not have the right statistic. They are just the assumption that people, this many people have died by suicide. But it is almost same. We cannot say that it is higher in rural or urban. However, about the you ask me about the reason, or maybe what are the things they come up with. It can be anything for anyone. Recently something happened, all of us know. I wouldn't say what exactly it is, but uh, and if it was suicide or not, that's a totally different thing. But it has already impacted so many people,
So much.
those people who already had so many thoughts of suicide. So in case we share those images or anything, as media is talking about it, social media is talking about it, so it is giving too much of trigger to those people who are already having suicidal thoughts. Okay, so no matter what exactly is the reason, that will come later probably, but it is already giving too much of trigger to those people who already have thoughts of suicide. And after that, we have got too many cases, not just me, but even other from mental health fraternity as well, have got so many younger people, even older people as well, with thoughts of suicide, and they want help because they really cannot stop themselves from thinking about it, because everyone is talking about it, you
Yes.
know. So recently, that is one of the reason. And anyway, we are in such situation. I mean, there are many states who are already right now as well, they are in lockdown, like in Mumbai. So they are still having those, uh, they are still trying to manage in this lockdown, and then such kind of news comes, and those emotions are really very tough to control at this moment. So at present, these are some of the things I see, but previously there were a lot of things I'm yeah.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rimpa. It's lovely, always lovely to have you on our show. I'm thinking of doing one more video with you, which
Thank
you
you so
work with
much.
corporate. You work with corporates, so that is one issue which is very close to my heart. That in the corporate world, what are the issues that creep up in a person's life? When they are working professionally. So see you
Right.
again. It's a great pleasure to have
Thank
you.
you
Thank
so much for calling.
you.
Same here. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.